All right, I'm going to call the City Council regular meeting to order. It's 6 p.m. on January 17th, 2023. But first, we need to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Sylvia, roll call.
Mayor Rosner?
Here.
Council President Mays?
Here.
Councilor Browse?
Here.
Councilor Young? Here. Councilor Scott?
Here.
Councilor Giles?
Here.
Councilor Stankey?
Here.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Sylvia. We'll move on to approval of the agenda. Do you have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All right, all in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
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 Opposed? We have a motion and it's passed. Thank you, council. And now we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have 6 items on the consent agenda tonight. Item A, approval of the January 3rd, 2023 City Council meeting minutes. Item B, approval of the January 7th, 2023 City Council meeting minutes. C, Resolution 2023-007, adopting rules of procedure for the City Council. D, Resolution 2023-008, appointing the budget officer for fiscal year 2023-24. E, Resolution 2023-009, appointing the City Council liaison assignments. And last but not least, item F, Resolution 2023-010, appointing Sean Garland to the Sherwood Library Advisory Board.
I move consent.
Second.
All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes as well. Thank you. Citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments tonight, Sylvia? And anything online? All right, we'll move right into new business. We have a light agenda tonight, so this should go first. Actually, before we move on, I just want to recognize that we have some Boy Scouts here tonight. They're, I believe, working on your merit badge. Excellent. Which troop are you in, by the way? I'm sorry? Troop 724. Welcome to the meeting. Thank you. All right, new business. So we have a resolution 2023 assessing sidewalk construction costs on various Sherwood properties. So I'm going to turn that over to David. How you doing, David? Awesome. Thank you for coming tonight. There you go.
All right. Pursuant to Sherwood Municipal Code Section 12.08, the City of Sherwood assigns the responsibility of sidewalk maintenance and repair to the abutting property owners. In 2011, the City Council approved the Sidewalk Repair Assistance Program. This assistance program is in no way intended to relieve property owners of their responsibilities, but rather it is intended to assist property owners with the logistics, coordination, and costs of repairing and replacing damaged sidewalks. In short, the program will assist the homeowners by scheduling and performing all of the work that is required to repair a sidewalk hazard, and the city will share the overall cost of the repair, 50% from the city and 50% to the homeowner. In 2012, the Public Works Department completed an inspection of all city sidewalks and identified approximately 1,700 sidewalk deficiencies at that time. Over the course of the next 4 years, we had systematically worked our way around the city, reached out to residents neighborhood by neighborhood, and in time had addressed all known 1,700 tripping hazards, plus many more that were newly discovered along the way. We completed our first pass through the entire city in 2016, and we are scheduling our final group of neighborhoods this month in order to complete an entire second pass. In October of 2020, Public Works notified 307 residents in a neighborhood in the southwestern quadrant of the city who had evident sidewalk hazards and provided an invitation to them to either option into the program or to perform their own repairs within 120 days. Those participating in the program agreed to our proposed scope of work and signed an agreement in order to receive the benefits of our scheduling of contractors and the sharing of all overall costs. They also agreed to remit their portion of the balance within 12 months, interest-free. Work was completed in the spring, and the bills were issued on June 15th, 2021, with a due date of June 15th, 2022. Monthly statements were mailed during those 12 months to the homeowners who carried a balance, followed by a few additional monthly statements to allow homeowners just a little more time. In accordance with Chapter 12.08.090 of the Municipal Code, any unpaid balances shall be recorded in the docket of city liens and shall bear interest at the rate of 9% per annum from 10 days after the date of entry into the lien docket. Property owners were made aware of these potential actions through 2 separate notifications mailed in October and again in December of 2022. At this time, we have 12 addresses where the property owners participated in the program and have not compensated the city for the repairs completed on their behalf. Those addresses are 17610 Southwest Dodson Drive and 17680 Southwest Elderview Drive. 2, pardon. I got a little excited maybe there, pardon me.
I was like, I don't have 12 addresses.
It is the recommendation of the staff to place a lien on the properties identified in this resolution to recoup the costs associated with the Sidewalk Repair Assistance Program. Upon approval of this resolution, the city would extend a final 10 days to the homeowners to remit the balance. After 10 days, any unpaid balances would then be recorded as a lien upon the property. While it is not required, we have notified the homeowners of these properties to disclose our activities here tonight in the event that the council may want to consider hearing objections. The presentation of this resolution is also a hearing for the homeowners to share their comments. Would the council like to be open to any comments from those homeowners who have been billed but have not yet paid?
I would be open to comments if they were here to give comments.
I don't know if they are here, so. Okay, all right. Well then, does the council have any questions for me?
I do.
I do. Oh.
Go ahead, Kim.
Oh. I'm aware of this program, and I'm just wondering on the contract, basically, for the 17610, that particular homeowner opted in and opted out and reserved the right to opt out. They initialed in all of them. So how did we know how to move forward on that property?
It's a great question. During the process of corresponding with all the residents and trying to get all of those who wish to participate collected so that we can get our addresses to our contractors so they can get started, because we do have a 120-day limit to get the work done. I've opened the door to the residents to provide me with their contracts in any way that I can get a copy of them. Sometimes it's as simple as a signature on the piece of paper taken with a phone, a photograph, and then sent to me. Sometimes it's a digital form, sometimes it's mailed or hand-delivered. In this address that you have mentioned, we were near the very, very end of the window for her to sign into the program. And it was efforts of mine to reach out to her repeatedly to get me her form, because without a signature, I felt I could not proceed to put her on our contractors list. That what I did receive by email was that form, and maybe was not clear enough to her to pick one or the other. So it seems like all of them were initialed and then signed. I took that as a response that she did want to proceed because she had indicated so by a conversation previously by email and by phone. So I felt I was justified to move forward.
Thank you.
So I guess with both of these parties, obviously we sent them a number of bills. Have we had any, did we go to their house? Did we call them on the phone? Have we had any other conversation with them about this?
Great question. And yes, we have reached out. Not only the initial bill, not only the repetitive monthly statements, 2 letters indicating that lien processes would go forward without a remittance. Our utility billing supervisor or manager, she called, and there were other names on this list, not names, but addresses on this list of which she was able to collect over the phone. These 2 individuals received voice messages, but did not respond.
Any other questions?
So just so I just understand, after tonight, we'll give them another 10 days. Should we move forward, approve this, I guess, 10 days, and then a lien would be placed. The lien would be move forward.
That is correct. That's the way I understand it. 10 days, we'd leave the window open before we take any action. After, on day 11, paperwork would be drawn up to place the balance onto the docket and be sending them, notice through the mail indicating such.
And in that 10 days, could we try to once again phone them again?
Absolutely.
Whatever.
You know,
I would hate, obviously we hate a lien process, but I mean, I know this has been a year.
oh, yeah.
I'm sure we'll make every efforts to try not to do that.
That is the goal. I mean, you may not have seen me here before. Our collection efforts are actually very,
Yeah.
very good. This is a rare occurrence that we would be at this stage.
I've never seen you, and it's 6 years, so I know I've seen them on agendas a couple times, and by the time the meeting took place, they were taken care of, so.
But if I understood you right, we haven't had any verbal communication with these 2 addresses. It's all been voicemails, letters.
That is correct. Voicemails have been the extent of our communication certainly as of late with this balance.
And we're sure the house is still occupied, it wasn't sold, or?
That is correct. Their utility bills still are very active, so we know that somebody's in the house. We are left to assume that they are still the occupants.
Have we tried a door hanger? Because I know I get lots of phone calls that, you owe this much money, and I hang up on most of them because they're scams. So I'm just want to make sure we, even maybe sending someone out there, knock on the door, just make sure they're.
Yeah, that is an effort that could be in our arsenal in the next 10 days if we would like to reach out to them.
I would
on a personal
appreciate that,
basis.
just to make sure that nothing's getting missed.
Excellent.
Any other questions?
We need we have to do, this is the resolution, right?
It's a resolution. That would be an ordinance.
So I move that we approve Resolution 2023-011, assessing sidewalk construction costs on various Sherwood properties and directing the city recorder to enter such assessments in the city's lien docket.
Second.
All right. Discussion on the motion? All in favor? Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Do we need to make any kind of adjustment for saying, hey, we want you to go by and best effort or anything like that?
I think they
I don't think we
understand.
Okay,
We've
perfect,
staffed
all right.
out the
Yeah.
direction.
Okay, great.
Any other questions or discussion? All right. All in favor of approving the resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, resolution passes. Thank you, council. And city manager's report.
Hold on, I do have actually one more question for you, though, not about these 2 people, though, but if we do notice problems in the sidewalk, should we still reach out for this, or is there,
Absolutely. The program is still in full effect. However, I get that question frequently, and my response is becoming almost automatic. But our program is not an on-demand program. It's systematically moving from neighborhood to neighborhood and addressing hazards as we go. This minimizes overhead with the contractors because they can consolidate their efforts and therefore helps keep the costs at a very manageable level.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, and I would add, I would encourage everyone, when you get these notices, take advantage of the program because it's significantly cheaper than if you were to contract, have someone come do it on your own, as one of my neighbors found out, so. All right, and on to our next item, which is city manager report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple things this evening. First, I want to say the City of Sherwood Economic Development Office is pleased to announce that the Oregon Business Recovery Center, the BRC, will soon be releasing grants of up to $10,000 per qualifying small business within the City of Sherwood zip code. Grants are available starting January 31st of 2023. We do expect these to be competitive, and we want City of Sherwood businesses to be aware and active in this. For more information, they can look on the City of Sherwood website, City of Sherwood Facebook page, or they can contact City Hall and we can help them if they have any questions about that program. The second thing is the Sherwood Police Department is partnering with Kids Safe Foundation, which is for a kids-free firearm safety class. The class is going to be held this Saturday, January 21st at 1 p.m. at the Sherwood PD. For more information, Sherwood Police Department Facebook page, or to contact the Sherwood Police Department and they can get you information on how you can attend the class. With that, Mr. Mayor, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I just want to make a comment about that last item. I really appreciate the police department doing that. When I think I was 13 or 14, my parents, who hate guns, sent me to a firearm safety class because they were smart enough to know that I might be in a friend's home or out somewhere and get exposed to a gun, and they wanted to make sure I knew how to be safe if they weren't around. So I highly encourage that kind of training. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been extremely popular. I think the first two sold out. You know, within-
Registered full.
Registered, yes.
Sold out.
quickly. So I know it's going to be an ongoing program, and the gentleman that runs it's been fantastic.
Thank you. All right. Anything else for us, Keith?
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Okay, so we'll move on to council announcements. Who would like to go first?
I'll go.
All right, you're up.
All right, first off, congratulations to those who presented. I think it was the Sherwood, the Lunar Lantern Festival on Sunday.
Cultural Arts
The
Commission.
Cultural Arts Commission. There we go. Thanks for the help. No, I went there and was blown away. First of all, they said there was more than 300 people there, which I believed. It was packed. And so those of you who missed it this year, hopefully you'll be able to go next year. Had dragon dancers, had calligraphy classes. It was really, really, really well done. So that is exactly what I think that center just shines at. Is it brought community together. And in fact, several people were expressing an interest in international festival. I mean, it just, with that one and the Diwali Festival, we just had, I mean, we've really got a fantastic thing going there. And then also, I noticed when I was there that the only drawback was it was a little cramped because the set was already being built for the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I believe opens this Friday. So we will do a better job scheduling next year. But if you're interested in going and supporting that play, that opens on Friday. And that is all for me.
Thank you.
Not a whole lot for me. Parks Board did not meet this month due to the holiday, so we'll be meeting in February. I did attend the Sherwood West Community Advisory Committee meeting last week, which we had a work session presentation on before this meeting, so I won't repeat all of the fun details that came out of there. But I think that process, for the community, if you haven't been following along with that, definitely go online and check that out on the website. And that process is coming to a close here in the next couple months, and then we'll move to the next phase and the next phase and the next phase. So, thank you.
I don't have any comments for tonight.
I was out of town last week, so I didn't attend the Senior Advisory Committee meeting, so I don't have an update on that. and there's a housing advisory committee meeting this Friday, so no reports.
Thank you. Kim?
Taylor already mentioned Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's this weekend and the following weekend. I'll be working there Saturday and Sunday at their ticket sales. Also coming up for the high school, they are going to be having Romeo and Juliet on February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the high school. So you can buy tickets at the high school website. So always love supporting our arts. What else is coming up? Oh, somehow I got roped into being a speller at the Sherwood Education Foundation's upcoming Sip and Spell, so that should be fun. I'm sure I will make it one round or two. Probably not too far. I don't spell well off the top of my head, but I am a good speller.
How did that happen?
I don't know, Tim. Let's see what else. We have Police Advisory Board this coming Thursday, so I don't have an update on that. I did my update last week. We'll be going over the survey results that's been out on that. And I look forward to being the liaison to the Sherwood School District coming up. And I think since our last meeting, we also had our council goal setting session, which I think went really well. We had a lot of good, heavy, lofty goals over the last year or two, so there wasn't a lot that we've added to that, but anybody can look online and see the goals that the city will be working on, long-term, short-term.
Thank you. Keith?
Not much, other than our county 911 folks. They're starting the process of moving in their new buildings. They're pretty excited about that. And they'll do it over a couple months. And those interested in attending the Cultural Arts Commission meeting this month, it is the 23rd of January, which is a Monday, 6:30 in the Arts Building. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. So I have a couple things. So I had kind of an interesting story. The Washington County mayors did a tour of our jail over at the county seat. And Washington County is looking at doing a major not remodel. There's a lot of maintenance upgrades that need to be done to that building. They really haven't done anything with it since it was built in, I think, 1998. I think is when it was built. They need new HVAC, they have water issues, and we found out they have elevator issues because I got stuck in an elevator for 30 to 45 minutes with all the Washington County mayors and the county chair, which
you
was...
sure that wasn't planned?
We talked to Pat Garrett about that, our sheriff. I said that was really smooth. That's, convince us you need money. But that was, everyone kept it fun, and we had a good time in there. So so that was interesting. Just kind of a note on that, the jail does need some serious repairs. I know they're looking at their budgets over there. They have a big hole in their budget right now at the county. They're also looking to Salem. In addition to that, I should point out too that we have, when you look at Washington County compared to Multnomah County and some of the other counties around us, the number of DAs per resident is very, very low here. And that's even though we prosecute more cases than Multnomah County, which is crazy. So they're looking for some relief from the state to help solve some of those problems. A lot of you might be seeing in the news that they're having a lot of problems finding public defenders as well. So that's creating backlogs in our court system. But the county is actively working on that with the state, trying to figure out ways to fill those holes. So that tour was super interesting. Had my first meeting with Washington County mayors and the county chair. Mostly we talked about what I just told you about, so I won't go into that meeting. I'm trying to think what else. A lot of my last couple of weeks has been getting integrated into a lot of the committees and working groups that the mayor traditionally works with throughout the county, so that's been kind of fun getting to know those people. Yes?
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, I forgot something. Just wanted to touch on it. Not quite so close to the microphone there. This is Alan's last meeting with the city as the interim city attorney, so I just want to thank him for his service. Appreciate all the work he's done behind the scenes and working with staff, and wish him another happy retirement.
Here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Well, while this is your last meeting, because remind me when Ryan starts?
January 30th is his first day, and
Are
so-
you still,
Yeah, and so I've communicated with the city manager and the mayor that I'll be leaving on the 24th to go to Key West, Florida. So there'll be a few days over, I think 4 days when I'll be available by phone, but I've also, there's a Truman Stone who's a backup.
but basically by the 24th, you'll be winding things up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So, and then begin also, I'll help in the transition and I'll be available for any questions. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So.
One more thing I forgot.
Just real quick, and then Lydia, head of HR, is putting together an onboarding plan for Ryan as well, so you should all be seeing that in a little bit here. Kim, you had something?
Yeah, I was just going to make mention to anybody who's listening. We had received an email, and in it was some concerns about library and how books or materials are brought into our library. So I actually reached out to our library director or manager today, and she sent me the whole policy on how our materials are picked out for our library. It's not done by the Library Advisory Board. It's on the city's website, and there's also a full complaint process. And I asked her, well, we get very many complaints. She said she's never really had an official complaint of anything in our library. So I just wanted to put that out there, that it is handled by staff and not Library Advisory Board. So.
The beautiful thing is, if there's something in the library you don't want to read, you don't have to check it out.
That is very true. Imagine that.
It's amazing how that works.
Amen.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order? All right. Well, I will officially call this meeting closed. Thank you, everybody.